Mic check 1 2. It's the Y2K collector, and so I want to go over some GBA games, Game Boy Advance games, that I'm going to be getting into over the weekend. But before I talk about some of those games, I did just want to go over another pair of sneakers that I feel can be added to the grown man or dad category of Jordans. You know, you hear a lot of times that sneakers, like grown men should wear sneakers. I don't believe in that. I believe you should wear whatever you want to wear. But if you are into sneakers and you're trying to find, maybe something that looks a little bit more mature, that's a little bit more toned down, you don't want to feel like, you're super loud, or, whenever you're going anywhere. I do think that there are some very tasteful Air Jordan sneakers that you can definitely take a look at. So I'm going to talk about a pair that I particularly appreciate, just because I think that they are super subtle yet super dope. So we'll start off with that, and then we're going to talk about some Game Boy Advance games that I'm going to be diving into. So real quick here, these are the Alma Manier Nike Air Jordan 5 Dusk Air Jordan 5s. So I really like these really quickly because they are, for the most part, an all black sneaker. They've got the Nike Air branding on the bottom, which I think is really good. I prefer the Nike Air branding as opposed to the Jumpman, which is what you will typically see on the back of Air Jordan 5s. They do have the Jumpman on the bottom of the shoe, and the bottom of the shoe comes with this like pre-aged type of bottom on it. I do like that. Just a lot of people don't really like that because they feel like it has like this they don't really like the yellow tint that it gives, but I really like this look. I think that this is a very aged and vintage type of look on a sneaker, which I think just wears really well, especially with how simple it is. Burgundy, yellow, black, those are fall colors, fall winter colors in my opinion. So this is actually going to be the perfect time for me to dive into these. I wear my sneakers. I collect video games, but I definitely wear my sneakers once I get the chance to rock them. Haven't had the chance to rock these yet. I picked these up after they released, because this was a very limited release and I didn't get it on release day, so I had to get it on the aftermarket, not aftermarket, but on StockX. So I went ahead and got them there. But these are a very classy shoe. This might be the most classy Air Jordan 5 you can get your hands on, just in my opinion. So if you are a sneakerhead, if you like sneakers, comment down below. Let me know what you think about the Alma Manier 5s, if you think that that is something that you would rock. Like I said, it's all black. If not, let me know what you think are one of your more, I guess, grown man or mature type of sneakers to rock. All right, now getting into some of these games here. So believe it or not, I keep all of my Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games, in this little small box. I don't have a better way of storing these games because I just don't. And ever since I kind of moved my game room around, I found this little box. All of my Game Boy Advance games fit in here. I have maybe about 20 something Game Boy Advance games, maybe 30, and they're all pretty cool. So, and what I've been doing over this past week is I've been playing a mixture of Nintendo Switch and Game Boy Advance. I've been getting back into Blasphemous, and I've been playing Blasphemous on my Switch because my PS4 has been put away, and I just don't feel like taking it back out to play Blasphemous. So I do have to go back and get some of the skills, and I have to kind of play through a lot of the areas I played through on the PS4 version. But it's cool because it's actually playing through those levels are helping me get back into the swing of the game, get more comfortable with the controls again. Those action platformer, like 2D hack and slash games, do require a little bit of feel and touch to them, especially when you get to the boss battles. So that's what's happening on the Switch. On the Game Boy Advance, though, I have been playing Metroid Prime. But I do kind of want to change it up because Metroid Prime is cool and all, but sometimes I do like a change of pace on the Game Boy Advance. So I don't have the most extensive Game Boy Advance collection, but I do have some games here that I really like. So let me know down in the comments if there's a game in this bunch that you are a fan of. If there's a game down on here that you think that I should get into and play this weekend. But part of me wants to get into possibly a shoot 'em up or a run and gun shooter. Just because Blasphemous is a little bit more calculated, and same thing with Metroid, they're more like Metroidvanias. I'm feeling like a beat 'em up or a shoot 'em up for this weekend. So when I think shoot 'em ups, one of the games that comes to my mind is the Metal Slug Advance for the Game Boy Advance. This is actually a very fun version of Metal Slug. So this is one runner up that I've got here that I'm thinking about diving into. Another one that I'm thinking about getting into might possibly be Contra Advance. So I think I might, these are two runners up for basically the, you know, run and gun shoot 'em up type games. On the back half of that, I'm thinking I obviously don't want to play any of the Castlevania games because I'm not really trying to do any more Metroidvania for this weekend. I'm gonna put Gunstar Heroes in here just as a close runner-up in this category. But then when I think about beat 'em ups, so Double Dragon is definitely one that I'm thinking about. It's a little bit slower pace, but I may want to dive into that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, believe it or not, is actually an amazing beat 'em up on the Game Boy Advance. Or Final Fight 1. So that is also another option, Final Fight 1. So those are my three run and gun shooters or three beat 'em ups that I'm thinking about getting into. I do have a couple wild cards that I'm going to throw in here. So one wild card would be Astro Boy, potentially. I may want to play some Astro Boy. I'm thinking about it. This is actually a very fun game on the Game Boy Advance as well. Not as fun on the PSP as it is on the Game Boy Advance. Thinking about this one, I'm not sure. That's a wild card. It's definitely a wild card. I would play Dragon Ball Adventure, but I beat this game already, and I want to beat something new. I want to play a game and finish a new game. So Astro Boy is definitely a wild card. And then I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, Super Ghouls and Ghosts might be the other wild card. Super Ghouls and Ghosts is extremely difficult. It's just a tough game to beat on any system. I mean, Ghouls and Ghosts is just really tough. I think the hardest version of Ghouls and Ghosts, though, to be quite honest, is the one for the PSP. That is definitely the hardest. That is frustrating. I mean, it will make you angry type of difficulty levels on that one. So these are the wild cards. You guys let me know which games you think I should dive into. Gunstar Heroes, Metal Slug, Final Fight 1. What are you thinking? Or should I go with one of the wild cards, Astro Boy or Super Ghouls and Ghosts? I think for now, the two games I'm going to pull out is going to be Metal Slug. I think Metal Slug is going to be the one that I go with. And I'm going to have to go with Astro Boy as the wild card. But you guys let me know what you think down in the comments, which games I should dive into. And I will catch you in the next video. It's the Y2K Collector. Take it easy.